muted. Please keep your laughter breaks to a minimum, and please keep your phones on silent. If I hear your phone ding, I will shout weenie.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm honored to present this case to you today. Let me just get set up first. Hold on. This is court. Please.
Weenie.
God is literally right there. God. All right, tonight we are finishing up our series in Judges. Who here has been here for all 4 weeks of Judges? Yeah? Do you guys feel like you've gotten something out of this? Yeah? Do you guys like learning about the crazy things that go on in the Bible? It's incredible the things that are actually written in the Bible that you're like, man, the Bible is boring, but no. If you read the book of Judges, you realize how crazy the Bible is. Like, I could probably, give that to some directors and they could make, Oscar-winning movies with those storylines. You don't even need a professional writer, just read the Bible. Come on. But tonight, we are finishing up this series, and I want to present 3 cases for each of you. And see, the thing about these cases is each of these men are guilty of one thing. They're guilty of letting their insecurity rule their lives and cause them to make decisions that change the course of their life, their families' lives, their nation, and everyone around them. And I don't know if you can relate to that, but I definitely can, because we don't realize how much that our insecurities can control and impact the people that we're around. So, I'd like to present to you the case of the people against God. So, before I call my first witness to the stand, I want to draw the court's attention to the underlying theme that is going to become evident throughout these cases. See, the evidence all proves that when you choose to live your life from a place of fear, insecurity, rejection, it causes you to do things that you never thought you would do, you never thought would even be possible, and take you places that when you look back, you're left asking yourself, how did I get here? So I want to call my first witness to the stand, and his name is Gideon. And as he's coming up, I want to set the stage for what's going on here. So Gideon, he lives in the nation of Israel. See, the nation of Israel, they didn't obey God, all right? And they got oppressed by the nation of Midian. And so we're going to learn about Gideon's story, and I just want to set that backstory. So Gideon is an Israelite, and he's being oppressed by the bad guys of Midian, and we're going to learn a little bit about his story. So Gideon, please be sworn in, and we can move forward.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Maybe.
I need you to put your hand on the Bible, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's what I thought.
All right, would you please state your name for the court? Your full name.
My name is Gideon, but only my friends and my homies can call me Jerubbaal.
Jerubbaal. Okay, sounds a little like Jerubbaal, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Only to my homies.
Only to your homies, okay. Well, that's kind of an interesting name. So if your homies can call you that, why is it? How did you get it? The court would love to know how you got this name.
Alright, so you see, God sent an angel to me to come talk to me. And he told me to wipe out all the false gods in all of the land. So I showed him what's up. That's what I did.
Oh, okay. So showed him what's up, got a cool name, the homies get to call me Jerubbaal. That's dope. So must be pretty brave, right? Going out there, crushing it by yourself, showing all these false gods, in front of everyone, right?
Yeah, I'm a warrior.
You're a warrior, okay. Is that so? You did swear it, so we might as well be open, honest, and transparent. So let's just go to the Bible and see what it says, right? So we're going to be reading out of Judges chapter 6, verse 27. So it's going to be up here so you can follow along. So it says, so Gideon took, it's not up there, it's fine, I got it. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord had told me. So you're right, you did what he said.
That's right.
But because he was afraid of his family and the men of his town, he did it at night rather than in the daytime, and he had 10 other people do it for him. Does that sound right?
I mean, maybe, but you don't understand. Here's the thing. What would they have thought of me if I wasn't doing what everyone else is doing? People would have looked down on me because of my faith in God, you know? Like, you get it.
So, because you were scared of what people think and your insecurity, it caused you not to stand up for God in front of everyone? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we're being honest with the court, right? Like, you swore in, so that's what happened here. Gideon, you did listen to God, you heard what he said an angel, and he was like, all right, you're gonna do this, but you couldn't do it by yourself. You're a little scared, but that's okay, we're gonna move on. And I'd like to present my first piece of evidence to the court. So, what can you tell me about this?
Well, that is a fleece that I needed to use to test God. I needed to know myself.
You needed to test God even after he revealed himself to you as an angel and proved to you that he said who he was. Like, he already proved to you, but you needed to test him again?
Well, yeah. If I'm going in a battle against all these Midianites, and I need to know that he's real, because if he's not, then I'm going to die. So I need to know for sure.
I mean, he literally told you he was God, and the whole, like, set your sacrifice, and I'm gonna set it on fire if I touch a stick, and did that happen?
I'd say so. Well, it's besides the point, okay? I have asked God that if I was going to win today, that he would make that fleece wet and the ground dry.
Indeed?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay, so we're all good, right? Like, you're ready to go in battle. So he tested you once, set everything on fire, like, okay, I'll tear down the idols, and then made the fleece wet, ground dry. But you're good, you're ready to go fight, right? Like, you were totally secure, you're like, God, you're right.
I mean, kinda, you know.
What do you mean, kinda?
I still didn't know, so I asked him again, you know, do the opposite. Can you make the fleece dry and the ground wet? And he actually did it. So that's when I knew, okay, I can put a little faith in this guy, just a little.
Seriously? You needed more of a sign? Well, for the sake of your story and the nation of Israel, I'm glad that God proved himself to you so that you could trust him and get past your insecurities and defeat the Midianites. You can take a seat. So now for the court. If you don't know the full story of Gideon, I don't want to end it there because Gideon does do a lot of good things in his life. So I encourage you to read Judges chapter 7. It's all about it this week, and you can learn more of the story. But tonight I want to focus on what we just heard, right? God presented himself to Gideon as an angel and said, yo, I'm God, and here's what I need you to do. I need you to rescue my people from being oppressed. Like, these people were hurting. Like, can we all relate? Like, have you ever felt like kind of oppressed? Yeah, a couple of us are being on. Yeah, maybe it's not something crazy serious. Maybe it's someone at school who's bullying you. Like, maybe it's someone who talks about you on social media or says you don't meet the standard. Like, there are all sorts of types of things that look like this. But sometimes we let our insecurity, like Gideon did, not fully trust God even after he proves himself to us again and again. So, you can see how when God proves himself to us, we need to trust him. And Gideon almost let his fear and his insecurity ruin the plan that God had for him to change the lives of his nation. And if you want to finish the story, read Judges chapter 7 because it's incredible, but we need to move on. And I need to bring my next witness to the stand, Abimelech.
And nothing but the truth.
All right, so Abimelech, you know, he's the son of Gideon. So we just saw Gideon up here, but he's one of his sons. But there's a little bit more to that story. So, Abimelech, is it true that you're the illegitimate son of Gideon and that your mom was a prostitute?
Whoa, you said about my mom?
Oh, take a seat. Bailiff, please. So, is it true though?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so mom was a that's a little rough home life. Well, how many siblings did you have?
70.
Ooh, wow, 70 siblings. Okay, boy or girl? Were they your brothers or sisters?
All brothers.
All brothers. Okay, wow, that's a rowdy bunch. Yeah, props to mom, props to dad. Like holding down 70 brothers. Well, I mean that would have made growing up kind of interesting, right? Like. Would have been lots of people to hang out with. Like, I mean, everyone's fighting for dad's attention. Like, you guys had a pretty good relationship, right?
You say we didn't have the best relationship.
Didn't have the best relationship, yeah. Is that why you killed them? Like, killed them all? All except one?
Yeah, I mean, you don't understand. Look, it's all brothers. You know, they're all better than me. They all have stronger muscles. They all have things, talents, and all that. I had to take them all out though. So they wouldn't take the throne from me. I need to rule only me.
So you killed your own flesh and blood, people that were related to you, not just like people that like you were jealous of at like your school, like when you were reading and stuff, but it was like your own flesh and blood because like of your insecurity.
That's correct.
Like, I think I can rest my case because I think you've proved enough and provided enough evidence for the court in your case against you. Take a seat.
Excuse?
You see, isn't it crazy in the story of Abimelech that he let one small seed of insecurity rob him from the call on his life that could have happened? And you see, I think a lot of times when we compare ourselves to one another, we get taken and that joy is robbed. Have you guys ever done something like really, really good that you looked at it, you're like, that is awesome. Whether it was a sport, a drawing, something you did like on TikTok, you're like, dang, that was the best TikTok dance I have ever done. You ever have that? Yeah. Played a video game, you're like, dang, I got 30 kills, that's dope. Yeah? Okay. We all have something like that, right? But have you ever then done that and then looked at what someone else is doing and you're like, dang, they got 40 kills? Dang, they got 4 million likes on TikTok and I'm pushing 40? Like, it robs your joy, doesn't it? Does it make you feel like a little insecure? Like, dang, I'm never gonna, like, I'm gonna quit TikTok. I'm not gonna be an influencer. Like, I'm not going back to school. I'm not gonna try out for the band. Like, Joey plays the tuba way better than me. Like, there's so many things that we do that God has given us these talents, and we're robbed of our joy and our own talent just because of our own personal insecurity. But I want to challenge each and every one of you to start to think of how you can pair instead of compare. And so here's what I mean. We just heard the story of Abimelech, right? He had how many brothers? 70 brothers, right? So that was a house full of men. Do you think that if they worked together, they could have ruled over that like kingdom like better than anyone else could have? Right? Like they were flesh and blood. They were tight. Like they had the same blood running in their veins, and they were all warriors. Like imagine what that would have looked like if they had looked at one another's talents and was like, dang, you're strong, I'm smart, you can write, you can do all these things. There's 70 of them, so they got many talents. Think about what it would have looked like if they worked together and the impact they could have had on the lives of the people of Israel. Like that would have been awesome. But let's make it practical for us. Who has a sibling here? Yeah. Okay, a lot of us. Yeah. So we all have siblings, so that means we got parents, right? And our parents, they got these things called birthdays. We all have birthdays, right? So when it's your birthday, your parents' birthday, you're gonna get them something nice. Maybe you use your allowance, something like that, right? So my brother, I grew up with a brother. Now, I did not make very much money. My brother did not make very much money. If we each went out and got our parents a gift by ourselves with the amount of money that we're making, what do you think the gift would have been like? Something from Dollar Tree? Yeah, as a reality. Maybe 5 things from Dollar Tree if it was a good week mowing the lawn. Like, I don't know. It wouldn't have been like incredible, right? But what would have happened if I went to my brother and said, okay, listen. I mowed the lawn this week and I got $20, and I know that you did the same over there. You got $20. Okay, we both have $20. What if we got together and paired, put our money together and bought mom and dad something together? Do you think that gift would have been so much better than what we could have done by ourselves?
Yeah, like Target dollar section.
Yeah, Target dollar. We went from Dollar Tree to Target dollar section. Like, you can get so many things in with that $40. But right, like that gift could be so much better. And I bet you that if we were to give that to our parents, they would look at us the same. They would be so grateful for the gift that was provided. They wouldn't care whether it was me or my brother. They would just care because we were working together. And see, in our lives, when we come from this place of insecurity, everything becomes a competition, right? Like someone that you might not even know, but you just walked up in a school and were like, dang, I'm gonna make it real for me. I played soccer. And I'd see what someone else would do, and I'd be like, I'm not trying out for the team. I don't like that guy at all. And they're like, well, why don't you like him? He's like actually really dope. Like, have you gotten to know him? No, I don't care. Like, he gets the starting position. I bet you, I hate him. Has anyone ever said anything like that? Like, you don't even know a person, you said you don't like him just because you feel threatened by their talent? 3 of us are being honest, 4, 5, okay. Yeah, it happens all the time, right? You don't even know someone, but because you're threatened by your own personal insecurity, you're ruining a possible relationship and a pair that can do so much more, right? And so I just want to challenge us that look at ways that we can pair. And when we come from a place of complete security, knowing that God made us just as we're supposed to be, we don't need anyone else's validation. We don't need to be just as good. We have our own talents. And I say, you know, God gave me my talents. He gave you your talents. What if we got our talents together? What would that impact look like together, right? Like, even look at Gen Youth. All the people that are talented, the worship, the message, the people in production, if every one of them was in a competition because, oh, I don't speak as good as that person, or I don't sing, this would not happen. It would not run smoothly. It's because people looked and said, wow, you do that really well, but I do this really well, and we can work together and look at the impact that it can have. So, I think that's what's really important with the story of Abimelech. Like, he let his own security go to the point of killing his siblings because of insecurity. Now, I want to bring my very last witness up to the stage, and he also was a son of Gideon, and his name is Jephthah. Please come to the stage.
What you looking at?
Put the gun down, sir.
No.
Put the gun down, sir.
No.
Sir.
Look at body right now.
Jephthah, I mean,
Right now. Let's go.
like I said, God is right here.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the whole truth?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can say.
That's my
I mean, you definitely are Abimelech's like brother. You came strapped. You're like, yeah, he tried to kill me once. Shame on him. I ain't letting it happen again. Like, nah, that's cool, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you, because I mean, you got some ghosts in the closet that we'll get to a little bit later. Yeah, so I mean, welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, just a couple questions for you here today.
Okay.
Did you also rule over the tribe of Israel?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you fight in the battle against the Ammonites?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, was there anything special that stands out about that
What do you
battle?
mean special? There's nothing special.
I mean, like, you know, like, fighting a whole army could be, like, scary to do alone. Like, I wouldn't want to do it. Like, I mean, Gideon didn't even want to do it, so, like, that can be scary, right?
Yeah. So I made a promise to God. I really wanted to win.
You wanted to try and guarantee that
I
victory.
did. I wanted to guarantee it.
Okay, like, I don't see why I wouldn't talk about this right now, but, like, the people deserve to know, like, what did you guarantee? Like, you had to win this battle, but what?
Wait. You talking about that? Here now?
Yeah, there's...
You trying to get bodied? You
There's...
trying to die today?
Hey, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about someone special to you who did get bodied because of a decision that you made. Like, you want to be all hot and strong and you're going to body someone, but you bodied someone close to you. You bodied another one that was your flesh and blood. It wasn't a brother, but who was it? What did you tell God? What did you tell God? Don't even tell me who it is, but what did you tell God?
So I told God, since I really wanted to win, that if we were to win, that I would sacrifice the first thing that walked out of my house. My crib.
Interesting. Did he ask you to do that?
Nah. No, he did not. He did not ask me to do that. But I wanted to win. And I don't like that person.
Okay, so I mean, it's just a little sacrifice, right? Like, anything to do to make sure you win, but like,
yeah.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you make the promise?
I said I really wanted to win.
You weren't like scared?
I was yeah, I was scared. You never been scared?
That's right, you were scared. You were scared so much to the point that the result of a careless promise that you made to God, that you sacrificed your very own baby girl, your very own daughter as a result.
No, that's not that.
You sacrificed your daughter. She came out of the house.
On God I did.
Yeah, she might have not supposed to come out of the house. Maybe you thought it was something else, but she did.
Oh, she did.
And you sacrificed her.
Oh,
What do you have to say for sacrificing your very own daughter?
I was scared. I did not.
You know, you don't have to say anything more. Your actions have said enough for the court. You're dismissed.
Yeah, I'm dismissed.
No, sit down. You killed your daughter.
No. Leave the gun, sir. You want to get bodied? You want to get bodied? You want to get bodied?
You work here, stop.
You see, Jephthah's story is a little bit crazy. He was the son of a warrior, Gideon, who saved the nation of Israel. His brother was a serial killer, and he sacrificed his own daughter because of a careless decision that he made, ruled by his own insecurity. Do y'all have like crazy home lives out there? I mean, maybe you haven't home lives are crazy, right? Maybe it's not to that extent, but we all have home lives that are crazy that we don't know. And you see, in these three cases, if they've proved anything to us tonight, it's that when we live our lives from a place of insecurity and fear, it causes us to do things that we never thought we would, to say things we don't mean, and to do things that we never thought we would do. You see, each of these men that I brought up tonight, they were all ruled by their fear, by their doubts, by, again, their insecurities, instead of trusting in the one true God who proved time and time again that he was for them. And you see, the thing about the Bible, it says God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forever. God is proving to each and every one of us time and time again that he loves us, that he's here for us. And you know, I personally don't think that we're too much different than these three guys. I mean, maybe we haven't killed all of our siblings. Maybe we haven't sacrificed someone. But can you guys think of a time where we've let our insecurities cause us to do something that we regret? Yeah. You know, maybe we're insecure about someone else's talents and we choose to gossip about them behind their back. Or maybe we're so insecure about our bodies that we choose to give it to whoever will take it because we want to feel good about ourselves. Or maybe we're so insecure that we don't think that we're attractive, that we have to try and rack up the body count to prove to everyone that oh, I'm a man. Or maybe we're so insecure that people think we're boring that we go to all the parties just to prove to everyone else, oh, I can drink, I can hang with them. We're so insecure, we let those things rule our lives. But you see, I don't know what it is for you tonight, but I know each and every one of us struggle with this, because I do. And you see, the story doesn't have to end there. Because the exciting news is that we have the opportunity to have the most security that anyone has ever experienced in their entire life, in the course of history. And his name is Jesus. You see, as humans, we make mistakes. We live out of insecurity, and that's a reality that the Bible tells us, for all have sinned. Each and every one of us. And life gets messy. It does, but the thing is, Jesus, he's the one that lived a life clean and chose to die on the cross for your mess. And you see, I don't know if you're here on Sunday, but Pastor Amy was talking. Jesus was fully God. When he was on that cross, he could have made the decision to say, I am done. I'm not going to die for these people. I've done nothing wrong. But he chose to stay up there, to suffer through the pain, the agony for you, for me, because he wanted to promise each and every one of us that we could have security in the fact that we know that we are chosen, that we are loved, that God makes no mistakes, that that thing that you think makes you quirky, no, God says it makes you unique, and that's how I designed you. God loves you so, so, so much. And the only true solution for overcoming insecurity is Jesus. Because we know I don't have to compare to myself to anyone, because Jesus is standing in front of me. You know? When God looks at our lives after we have accepted him into our lives and into our hearts, God doesn't see you anymore. He sees Jesus standing in front of you because he's the Savior, right? And God doesn't compare you to everyone else. He compares you to Jesus, who's in front of you, and says, you two are the same. You're saved, you're redeemed, you're clean. And all of your mistakes, they're forgiven. And so, tonight, if you just bow your heads, Jesus gives us opportunity of new life. And we can be free from guilt, from shame, from fear, and we can be free from our past. And we can choose to live in the security that we are forgiven, redeemed, and have everlasting life. Now, if you want that opportunity to have that security that God has promised you through Jesus' sacrifice, would you just raise your hand? Now, maybe you've already accepted Jesus, but you still struggle with those insecurities and you're just unsure, and you want to just give those insecurities to God and live your life in complete security from him. Would you also raise your hand? Now with every head bowed and eyes closed, I just, as a family, as Gen Youth, let's pray this. God, I confess that I don't have it together. I am insecure. And without you, I can have no true security. I give you my life, my mistakes, my bad habits, my regrets, and my shame. And I ask for your forgiveness. And I ask for your security. I know I won't be perfect, but I know that I'm secure in you. Teach me to be more and more like you, Jesus. Amen.